Good evening, ladies and germs, and tonight we've got something of a unicorn. Well, it's not like the Gibson Unicorn, of course, it's actually the Gibson Les Paul Studio Custom. So, let's have a listen to it within a musical setting, then we'll run through the pickups, and then I will tell you what I can about it, and this has got quite a fascinating story. So, let's go. Okay, so pickups, and we'll start at the bridge end. And even after all that bending, we're still nicely in tune. Okay, into the centre. Beautiful. Very nice and warm. And finally on to the neck end. Yeah. Centre again. And finally back to the bridge. So it kind of, yeah, nice and sharp and spanky. I like these pickups. But I'll tell you all about these when we have a look round it, which will be now. So we've heard all the noisy stuff, and we've heard all of the all of both pickups, and I'm going to tell you, it's surprisingly good. I say surprisingly good because let me tell you a little story. So these were introduced for 2017 only. Let me take the strap off. 2017 only as part of the S series, which, as you will know, was part of Gibson's budget range in answer to the critics who said that all their stuff was too expensive. So they made, I think they made some kind of Firebird that was poplar and chewing gum, which did not go down well. They made that M2 or M squared, the little thing with it. We had one of those through, didn't we, about a year or so ago, with all of the electrics mounted on the scratch plate in front. In fact, it even had the jack socket on the scratch plate. Nice and easy to work on. Nothing wrong with them. I don't know why they got such a bad press. So this was the high end. So this was the high end of that budget run, the budget series, as I say, 2017 only. And these, can't find them. Well, obviously I found one, but they are very, very difficult to find. So that indicates that either people like them so much that they don't want to let them go, or they didn't make very many. And they came in a variety of colours. This one is charcoal. They also came in whiskey gold. They came in reptile green and denim, which is obviously blue, and also in burgundy plum, as memory serves. Okay, so, I mean, this is, I mean, to all intents and purposes, really, it's a studio. It's slightly slimmer, as you can see here, but not by a mile. So, they had to save some money somewhere, did they not? And where they've saved money is, we'll start at the top and go down at the bottom. Where they've saved money is with this Melody Maker-esque headstock here. And of course, as you can see, it's got no wings on it. It's very much like the Melody Maker, so they probably saved about 50 cents on two little bits of wood around the back here. Now I'm saying that these were 2017 only. This actually, let's get this on so as you can see it a little bit. Oh, that's more like it. So this one, although it says 2017 model, was actually produced in August of 2016. Gibson do that, you know. So we can see that they've also saved a few quid on these tuners. These are the Goto style. Nothing wrong with them. They're only a 14:1 ratio, but they work perfectly fine and they hold tune absolutely brilliantly. Nothing wrong with them at all. Where else did we save money? We saved money on, and I'm concealing its party trick until the end. They saved money on the neck. This is a maple neck, so a little bit, and it's nicely figured. It really is beautifully figured. So yes, they saved a few bob there. The body is made of swamp ash, and look, that is that's an absolute triumph. That's glorious. Look at that. Get the figurine in that. That is beautiful. The pickups are part of their modern range of pickups, but I had one out, and it's still stamped up Gibson, and you know they're hopefully you'll have heard they're pretty damn good. I would sit them somewhere between a 490 and a Dirty Fingers. If I'm honest, that's what my lug-on tells me. They also saved a few quid on only having dot inlays, which are made of genuine mother of toilet seat. Yes, they're just acrylic. They're not nacre or mother of pearl. But nonetheless, they're perfectly functional. They tell you where you're supposed to be and what have you. You've got a proper stop tail, an ABR and ABR style bridge there, but it's, you know, it's a Tunematic. So here's somewhere else they've saved money. We've just got one volume and one tone, and they put the toggle switch. For me, that's all you need anyway. And they put the toggle switch down here. Now, when I took this bridge neck pickup out, what I did notice was that actually inside here it is routed out as though you could put, if you wanted to, you could put the toggle switch up here in a more traditional position and stick an extra volume pot on there. Now I've removed the cavity cover so that you can see in there, because and I wanted to have a look as well. And in there, we've got some Korean, I can't remember the name, but they're Korean pots. So they've saved a few quid there as well. Proper rosewood fingerboard, genuine and I've not yet had one of these fingerboards that has the Richlight compound material on it. So when I do, obviously I'll give you my opinion on that. But this is a proper Les Paul. It is a proper Les Paul, and like I said, you cannot find the blighters. Now, it's party trick. On the most expensive Les Paul moderns, they've got the same feature as this, and that is the speed heel joint. Oh, are you kidding? Now, the other interesting thing about this guitar was, although it was part of the budget range, this cost nearly as much as a regular studio at the time. It was probably overpriced to say that it was part of the S series, but it's made this is made beautifully, and it's so nice to play, and I love the sound, and I absolutely adore that speed joint there, or that speed carving. So you've got a swamp ash body, and you've got a maple neck, and I think that that is an absolutely stunning instrument. If you find one, get it and keep it, because these are, make no mistake, these are absolutely superb. And it probably comes into one of my favourite ones to play. It's got a regular 60s style, neck nice and slim, not like that baseball bat on that LPJ. Oh, speaking of which, now I have had a few comments about calling that LPJ a Les Paul Junior, and from what I can understand, the J does indeed stand for junior, and the junior nomenclature indicates only a slightly less expensive, more entry level Gibson, and slightly less expensive because it had a maple neck. But basically, the LPJ is a Gibson studio. It's a Les Paul studio, just with a maple neck. And some of the older models from the 60s and 70s, in fact, did come equipped with the proper Les Pauls. Did come equipped with maple neck, so nothing wrong with them at all. So yes, yeah, one tone, one volume. That's fine by me. I'm really all right with that. If you wanted, you could change the tuners for something more traditional, if you wish. But that said, nothing, because they've not left any. There's no screw holes in there, so you can start from absolutely brand new. You can start from fresh and stick yourself something more traditional looking. But it won't be any better. It's, they do what they're supposed to do. They tighten or slacken the strings as they're supposed to, and they hold their tune absolutely brilliantly. And of course, once the strings do hit the nut, they're not going off at all sorts of angles. That as straight as you can get for a Gibson that has a regular Gibson open book headstock. What else can we tell you? Nothing really. Weighs about the same as, it's probably a few ounces less than a studio. The pickups are just Gibson moderns. I can't remember the exact designation, but they're not like 490s or 498s or Dirty Fingers for that matter. But they're superb. They're Gibson branded, stamped up USA. It's the proper job. So really, the major savings are neck material, tuners, pots, knobs, and switch. But for my money, they're unicorns. They are absolute unicorns. You just cannot find them. And if you do, like I say, get it bought. So thanks ever so much for watching, and from me and the studio custom thing, it's adios amigos. I'll see you soon. Ta-ra.